Previously, we talked about training and my suggestion on how to do dry fire practice. Of course, it was a silent demonstration. Going back into the dry fire practice, do we really need to practice reloads? That's a question that I get asked once in a while, especially on the subject of training. Now, personally, I believe in ingraining good habits. Now, what does that mean? For me, I'm more concerned about the smoothness of all the motions that you need when it comes to pistol marksmanship. I don't practice the quick draw all that much. And certainly, I don't practice the speed reload. If at all I reload, I practice more on the magazine swap or the tactical reload as it's more commonly known. Now, why is that? Why don't I practice reloads all that much? First of all, I believe in good habits, which means that every time I pick up a gun, I pick it up the same way every time. It doesn't matter if I'm training on the range, doing dry fire, but I will pick it up the same way every single time. So that's creating good habits. Now, when doing the reload, I do my reloads the same way every single time. Doesn't matter if I'm actually doing live fire, if I'm doing dry fire, it's the same all throughout. So I don't necessarily practice the reload by itself. It's incorporated in the whole process. It's part of an entire shooting process. Besides, another reason why I don't focus on practicing the reloads is because, think about it, in the real world, in a real scenario, why would you actually need to reload? If you get into a real gunfight, the only time that you will actually need a reload is when you're in deep shit, meaning you've used up all of your 15 or 17 rounds or even 20 rounds to get out of the situation that you should not have been part of in the first place. As a civilian, if we take into consideration where we are, current circumstances, I believe foremost in not getting into a situation. And number two, if on the offhand chance that you will need to draw your weapon, then I believe it should be done only as a means to break away, not to get into a full-on engagement. Because again, how many shots does it take to break away? And imagine if you've fired off 15, 17, 20 rounds of 9mm or whatever ammunition you're carrying. That really means you're in bad shit. So going back, how do you train for your reloads? Quite simple. Make the reload part of the process. It's an integral process. Every time you go for live fire, every time you go for dry fire, you will always go through the same motions. And the administrative reload is something that you do on a regular basis. Before you practice, you will definitely be loading, inserting a magazine into the pistol, racking the slide, taking a sight picture, etc., etc. So if you develop good habits and you make the reload part of the entire shooting process, then I don't think it's necessary to practice speed reloads or even tactical reloads all that much, because it will be part of your entire training program. And remember, if you need more than 10 shots to get out of a bad situation, congratulations, you have successfully gone into deep shit. But anyway, that's my short presentation for today. This has been Abs Abando for Manila Sentinel Raw. Good habits are developed when you practice right.